Hello, this is David Havlicek. I'm going to go over Module 3.2, the technological systems incorporation into my project, or at least starting to gain an open mind into what these systems would entail. For my starting diagram, here's an isometric showing the improvements I've made. I transferred the model from Rhino to Revit and have started developing a little bit more into form and starting to see the terraces of the distinct sections or buildings in the out of the four. They're the main elements passive that I'm incorporating are the rooftop solar panels, high mass walls for absorbing heat. California requires for active technology needs more heating rather than cooling. Therefore, there is an emphasis for heat masses. And then water collection on all the different terraces, which is especially evident in the eastern wing. All right, first system plan is electrical. For primary point of connection for the south, that is for the grid connection. There is a mechanical room in each of the separate buildings. They also have different sizing according to the amount of solar panels that are connected to them. For mechanical equipment, zones are pretty much separated by building, furthermore by unit, and the internals of those units even more. This is a general overview of mechanical systems and their responsibilities. So there is zones 5, 1, and 4 have equipment that are on the rooftop. Zone 3 is outside in the courtyard, and Zone 2 is the commercial equipment behind barriers that you cannot see through. For my water plan, the terraces collect water, drain, and those drains lead to cisterns. Once the cisterns reach an adequate level of water, it overflows into trenches. Those trenches or canals it's a farming system or an agricultural system to facilitate the growth of plants or help with. Anyways, the extra water then goes to help grow the flora of the courtyard further. And if there is a flooding incident, then the water, after it reaches at the end of those canals or trenches, will be with the safeguards, of course, at the cistern level as well. If it is flooding there, it will go to the city sewer or stormwater management system, just so, of course, the buildings don't flood in the case of a malfunction. Here is just a general look at the building that I've developed the most so far internally, which is the row homes. I call them stepped row homes. In reality, it's starting to be more like flats because they are on top of each other. That being said, they have direct access to the courtyard on the main floor, and they are 2 levels high. And there's the plenum spaces that basically are a shared plumbing wall between every other unit. And then you can also see these solar electric lines running from 3 different panel sections. And there's a place that would be optimal for having a rooftop prefab structure, shelter, smaller in stature, but for oh man, I'm not the best with solar panels, but for the conversion for not the batteries and storage that would be in the mechanical room, as you can see as it goes further down. but for the other needs, um, for people who are performing maintenance on their solar panels on the roof anyways. All right, and I'm setting up placeholder sheets as well as going through this. Big thing I wanted to touch was grid lines. It's a little, it, there's a lot of different things happening. They're independent structures, but the buildings are connected. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to incorporate grids. And right now, I'm just going all around and establishing a set distance, 20 feet usually, for my structural grid pattern. And what's I've been working on the most, and it's why I'm a little bit behind on design of the specific units, is the massing and materiality of the exterior. I have developed my own, because this is a textile um, house block. That's what the term or the material is coined at least. And the textile blocks typically have a geometric pattern that are pretty famous on the structures like the Ennis House by Frank Lloyd Wright. So I spent a lot of time designing my own pattern for the tile. And there's also a debate with modeling in Revit if it should be done using a curtain wall or with a standard wall. So I'm currently working through that as well. But for these massing stages, I am doing the just a specific stacked wall with 6-foot increments. And it's turning out very nice, especially in 3D views. There's a lot of character to it. And now it's just up to developing both plans and the interiors especially. Windows and doors, of course. Balconies are inset into the building. There's a lot of abilities for overhangs and making sure that the sun stays out of these units. So I'm excited to develop those areas further. And thanks for watching.